My name is Juan Pereira. I'm the executive director. This is the Coalition on Homelessness. The work that we do is grassroots organizing on behalf of homeless people. We work with homeless folks and organizing, doing advocacy to try to change the policies of the city towards homeless people.
How do you feel about helping the homeless?
That's a very broad question. I do think that homeless people need sometimes help, but also most of all what people actually need is a change in the way we organize our society, and that therefore there would be more resources for housing, employment, and things of that sort. The majority of the people that are homeless become homeless because they're too poor to afford housing. And unless we change that, you can help an individual today and tomorrow, but you can't really create a stable situation that will last a long time. And if you want to solve homelessness, we need to be looking at the causes of why people become homeless. And people become homeless because even in a place like San Francisco, working full-time doesn't provide you, even if you're in a minimum wage job, you're not going to make enough money to pay for your rent. So this is actually what makes people homeless, is not having enough money to afford housing. And unless we change that, the individual that you were helping is a good thing to help people, but we need to make more serious changes so people will no longer become homeless and just be able to afford housing.
How can people in need of help contact you?
They can stop by. Our address is 468 Dark Street, and they can also call. Number is 246-3740. Area code's 415.
Do you think this issue will ever end?
It should. We had no homelessness in the United States for many, many years, between roughly 1950 and 1985. And what happened at that time, it was a lot of programs and a lot of effort from the federal government to create public and affordable housing. And we stopped doing that around in the mid-'80s, in the early '80s. And ever since, we have been having more and more and more homeless people. So if we were able to end homelessness 50 years ago, we definitely could be able to end it. And one simple way that I can relate to anybody that we can do that is by simply putting about a month, putting the money that we spend in 1 month in the war in Iraq, which solved homelessness home. So yes, it's definitely possible. It's just a matter of politicians and government officials deciding what the priorities are. The priorities are for people, or the priority is to go out there and do damage and harm people halfway around the globe. So we have the money, we have the resources, we're just spending them in things that we don't really need.